Yeah, so Smart FS here once again. Hope you guys are good. Hope you guys are fired up. Alright, so you know how we do it. We break it down all the way from the higher time frame. So now let's see what is happening on BTC USD. Are you fired up? So BTC USD on the monthly time frame, what do we do? First, we zoom the chart to see what is happening clearly, and then we add mini to it. So on the monthly time frame, we have the monthly high at the top over there, we mark it, the monthly low at the bottom here, we mark it. After marking the monthly high and the monthly low, this overall structure here becomes your market focus. Okay, so that's the overall structure that you are going to be focusing on. So the question now is, what is this overall structure on the monthly time frame? And then I believe you will agree with me that the overall structure of BTC on the monthly time frame is what? Bullish. That is the overall structure. The next question is, where is the current price? And also you will agree with me, current price hit the monthly resistance, got rejected. Okay, so now this rejection, I believe when we move to the smaller time frame, is going to be looking like bearish structure or bearish trend. But the information we understand on the monthly time frame is that the overall structure is what? Bullish. Current price hit the monthly resistance, got rejected. Are you fired up? So from here we move to the weekly time frame. On the weekly, what do? We try to confirm what is happening on the monthly. So now on the weekly, we have weekly low somewhere here, another weekly low below that. At least the most recent ones, we mark 2, then we are okay. So from there, let's now zoom the chart to see what is happening clearly, and also to add more mini to it. Are you fired up? Beautiful. So now there is no fight. Open your eyes. There is no fight. Just open your eyes. Now on the weekly time frame, the overall structure is still bullish, where we have the high, the low, higher low, higher low. So we should be what? Anticipating another higher high to the upside. So that is what we understand. Okay, but open your eyes. What is the most recent structure? Is bearish. That's the most recent structure. Is bearish. That is the rejection that we saw on the monthly time frame. Are you fired? Beautiful. So from here, looking at what is happening recently, I'm seeing some kind of support over there. Okay, so we mark it, and then let's move to the 1D time frame to see what is happening clearly, and also to add more minute to rate. On the 1D, we pay attention to the volume. Now there is no fight. On the 1D, we have 1D high here. We have 1D, another 1D high, another 1D high. Okay, so on the 1D time frame, what can we see? Look at the structure on the 1D. We have the low. Talking about the major structure only. Are you fired up? Market pullback, we have the high. We have the lower low. We have the lower high. We have the lower low. We have the lower high. Now market is currently failing to give us another what? Lower low. Okay, so that is a sign that the sellers that push the market all the way to the downside, they are exiting the market. Okay, they are no more interested in pushing the market to the downside. That's why market is failing to give us another lower low. They are taking their TPs, collecting. All right, so where is the current price? It's at 1D support. No, we mark this on the weekly time frame. So current price is now at the weekly support. It's now at the weekly support. This is it. This support over here is a weekly support. We mark it on the weekly time frame. So on the support, what do? We look for buying opportunity. All right, but we can't take a buy on the 1D time frame. So let's move to the 4-hour time frame to see what is happening clearly, and also to add more mini to it. Are you fired up? Beautiful. So now this is BTC USD on the 4-hour time frame. Now 4-hourly speaking, you can see the structure here consolidated a bit on the 4-hour time frame. This was a consolidation on the 4-hour time frame. So there wasn't any clear direction like that. But then we're gonna focus on the most recent structure. So now let's zoom the chart. So after zooming the chart, we have 4-hour high sample here, and then another 4-hour high sample here. Beautiful. Now look at the structure on the 4-hour time frame. The structure on the 4-hour time frame is still bearish. From the resistance over there, we have the low. All right, so let me see. From here we have the low, the high. From here straight we have a lower low, lower high, lower low. So market is currently going up to give us another what, lower high, then another lower low to the downside. Are you fired up? Beautiful. So that is the structure. Just make sure, open your eyes. There is no fight. Just open your eyes, then you're gonna understand. Following the market structure. Okay, we are following what we see, not what we think. So I'm not telling you what I think, I'm telling you what I see. Okay, so initially it was the seller that pushed the market all the way to the support, then they take TP. So now buyers are currently trying to what, push the market to the upside. Now look to the left, we have previous area of support over here. Okay, so mini market broke below that support. Let me mark the support for you. Let me mark the support. Open your eyes, let me mark it so you can see. This is the support. You can see that support. So we're going to read it like this, that market broke below that support, currently pulling back for a retest, then we sell it down to the downside again. Are you fired up? Beautiful. That's what we understand on the 4-hour time frame. Now you can see we have support here, that's a key level. We have resistance at the top. Market is currently approaching it, so it becomes a resistance for the current price. Are you fired up? Now which one, the two key levels we have, the one we have at the top and the one we have at the bottom, which one is closer to the current price? You will agree, you will agree with me, it is the support. This support over here is closer to the current price. So the one that is closer to the current price, it is the one that we add another key level to it to make it a zone. So we now have what? Let me cater for this. You can see the one that we mark, the most recent candle, which is the bullish one, is not having contact. So we want to cater for it. By so doing, we now have what? Support zone. So that's it, we have support zone. So how do we know if the zone is valid, is going to work? We look to the left. Okay, we look to the left. So looking to the left, there's 4-hour low here, we want to mark it. So looking to the left, what are we looking for? Not TP, not stop loss, but we are looking for multiple contacts. Okay, we are looking to see if we have previous area of support tend to resistance, and over here we have what? Resistance, which tend to support over here, tend to support over there. Okay, so we have previous area of support tend to resistance, and vice versa, right? So meaning the zone we mark is a valid zone. So now we move to the 1-hour time frame. So on the 1-hour time frame, we're gonna see if there is something that we need to, any adjustment that we need about the zone, then we're gonna do it. So here I'm gonna adjust this, and then here too gonna adjust this a bit. All right, adjust this a bit. Good. So we're gonna be working with that zone. We're gonna be working with the zone. So give me a second, let me color the zone so that everybody can see it clearly. Especially if the drawing is becoming plenty, it will not pass your eye top. So if I say the zone, you know. Now let's go to the 30 minutes time frame to see what is happening clearly. So on the 30 minutes time frame, this is what we now have on BTC USD. Okay, so market is now at the zone, at the support zone. For that matter, we should be looking for what? Buying opportunity from the support. So now how do we analyze the entry? All the way from the resistance, you can see market tap into the zone. Okay, got rejected, created a high. That rejection was an impulse move. Market need to pull back to retest the zone again. Now that retest has happened already. So now we are seeing what? double bottom, which is a potential reversal pattern. Now we are seeing double bottom. You can see here we have the first and the second bottom, okay, which is a potential reversal pattern. So initially the structure was bearish, hit the zone with that bearish momentum all the way like this, but got rejected, pull back for a retest. Currently it's now shooting to the upside. All we care for is to wait for the previous high like this to break, then we're gonna take the entry from there, because we always take the entry upon break of structure to avoid fake outs. So you wait for the previous high like this. All right, so that means BTC USD is currently at the entry, but we are not going to rush the entry. We are not going to rush with the entry. We don't take it when market get to that same level, but we wait for what? Break. So we're gonna wait for it to break above. We're gonna wait for it to break above. You just this like this, putting your stop loss below the zone, okay, to make sure it shouldn't be too closer to the zone to avoid liquidity hunt. Okay, so you're gonna wait for it to break a bit above. Now when you look to the left, we have previous area of support here. Okay, look to the left, previous area of support over there. Market broke below that support, currently pulling back to give a retest, then continue selling to the downside. This is what we understood on the higher time frame. For that matter, we're going to put our first TP over here. We're going to put our first TP over there. So when market gets there and want to reverse, then we collect our first TP before any reversal. But if market failed to reverse from there, then we're gonna hold it for the final TP at the top. For the final TP at the top. Yeah, like this. For the final TP at the top. But first TP is very, very important. When market get there, because the overall structure is bearish, okay, from the weekly to the 1D to the 4-hour, all right, so it's bearish. So this one, just like the what we are doing, is trying to catch a retracement. Okay, it's trying to catch a retracement, and the reason we are trying to catch that retracement is that even the overall on the monthly is bullish. Okay, the overall on the monthly is bullish, so we're trying to catch that retracement. It's making sense. Are you fired up? It's making sense. It's making sense. So this is what we have on BTC. Your stop loss below the zone. Shouldn't be too closer to the zone. All right, shouldn't be too closer to the zone. Okay, even this one, the right thing to do is to put the stop loss below this previous low here, below that previous low. But let me see if the risk will be too big. It is going to be big, but we are safe. Okay, we are safe, so we're gonna put the stop loss over there, and the overall setup is giving us almost like 3, 1:3 risk to reward ratio. Okay, so remember, it is risk and reward. So what you are targeting, your reward, if it's still bigger than the what you are risking, then it's making sense. You're gonna win in the long run. Are you fired up? So from here, what else do I need to analyze again? There's nothing to talk about again. That is going to be my full technical analysis on BTC USD. Okay, watch and watch over and over again. Just follow the market structure. Very simple and straightforward with detailed explanation. So you can see we've been able to understand whatever we are doing all the way from the monthly to the 30 minutes. So this is BTC USD now on the 30 minutes, waiting for final confirmation to pull the trigger to follow the structure that we take the buy to the upside. Are you fired up? Beautiful. So if you have any question, you can ask. You can ask. If you have any question, you can ask. That's my full technical analysis on BTC USD.